Play a clip. So what we're about to find out is insane. On the last show, from what we understood, Kiki was going off on her show about some private conversation she had with April. And April disclosed that allegedly her and Nick have been doing whippets, and that's how they've been getting around drug testing and still getting high. And we were like, wow, Keanu's such a bitch. You know, why is April talking to her? You know, but and then Aaron went live like, whoa, I guess we're talking about it. I've known this for months. You know, Aaron loves to let you know he knew. I've known this for months, but yeah, I guess cat's out of the bag. April and Nick do whippets, yada, 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 expanding and expounding on it. But now we find this out. This is kind of insane.
Okay, listen, Aaron, and this will be fun. Do you realize that you have a tendency to exaggerate?
I've never heard this before. This is the first time hearing of this.
Okay. You've never heard that before.
You know what I've heard? No, the big criticism I've always heard of myself is, Aaron, you're a little understated. You tend to.
He doesn't know when to drop a bit. Saying I've never been told that before was fine. Now he's got to kill more time with it. Again, this is because he knows he's about to be called out for lying and actually being a bigger piece of shit than he let on.
Too demure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always hear that. Yeah.
Okay, here's what we were talking about. It's that we all really liked your take on Melanie Mac is I really liked your take on my take on
Really? Because I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I can't find enough shit on Melanie Mac. I see everybody tweeting about it, and then I go, all right, what happened? And then I find hardly enough shit to even develop. So I go to you for my feelings on Melanie Mac because I can't find any clips or anything like that.
Basically, God told me she's going to hell for being an evil, grifting bitch.
Sure.
Unless she repents and publicly apologizes to Jesus.
Okay.
I literally don't have a clue who Melanie Mac is.
Okay. And what have you?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes. And can I say, very subtle.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was only 20 or 30 times.
No. Yeah. No.
I have defied someone. I don't think that you watched all of the stream because I think that you blew up my spot. I was simply insinuating about maybe Rekeita. I think that you then spilled the whole beans on the whole situation because I certainly don't think that I did.
Did I really? First of all, I watched your clip, and maybe it's because I had the.
It wasn't.
I think what happened was I had the curse of knowledge.
Here we go. Are you gathering this? Basically, she didn't say April was doing whippets with Nick. Aaron outed that because Aaron didn't really listen.
And
exactly. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm not insane.
You're not.
You blew up up that spot because I was going nuts, and I almost texted you and said, dude, did you watch all of it, or did you watch?
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe. Okay.
Okay. Do you see how he's touching his face there? And you know how he does this all the time now? And Chad does this. This is a cope. This is a pure cope.
Maybe. Okay.
You spilled the entire beans on that because I certainly didn't. You did, and I'm not blaming you.
Now, I will take responsibility for this. Perhaps my curse of knowledge caused me to skip steps 2, 3, 4 and go right to 5.
No, you outed a whole nother person. You outed a completely different. She, I guess, was talking about Nick doing drugs, And then you were like, wow, so we're talking about Nick and April doing drugs. I've known this for a long time. Yikes. It's not skipping steps. It's the same way you like, you're like, yeah, did I skip some steps and tell everybody we were all in a polycule and fucking and all the details of it? Sure, but it was going to come out. No, it still wouldn't be out. We wouldn't know any of it. It's not skipping steps. You can't keep a secret. You can't keep a secret. I'm great at secrets. You don't know that we still have access to your Gmail. Oh boy.
Oh no.
But
because yes, you have the curse of knowledge. But you're like, well, Keanu's talking about it, so and it was uncomfortable for me to watch because I thought we weren't talking about this. All I did was a few whippet sneezes.
A few.
And then you went, and then you spilled the whole bean. Can you admit?
Maybe I hadn't even thought about that until you mentioned it, perhaps. But in my defense, I ran to step 5 because the whole internet had run to 2, 3, and 4 and gone all.
No, but like a bunch of people who were guessing that April was doing it too. So I just went ahead and confirmed it. Oh, okay.
Everyone, was doing this to get around the testing and everything else. And I was like, oh, so people heard what Keanu had to say and they're kind of taking it that way. And yeah, I don't know if I spilled all the...
I was insinuating.
I don't think I spilled all the beans.
Like, what woman finds this attractive in a man? I mean, like, the more disgusting he gets, the more disgusting she gets. And even April had to eject from this life of debauchery. And I'm talking about the life with Aaron. It's a fact. USA Boxing non-athlete coach Aaron Noodle Arms. At least everyone's charging him with crimes nicely. Yes. Everyone's being so chill about how they're pressing charges.
Beans, I think you became the whisper.
Like the fact that he finds it shocking that they're not being personal. The prosecutor, she's not keying my car. She doesn't spit on me in the elevator. This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And I became the confirmation.
Exactly. But then you said, well, it was so, I thought we weren't talking about this. But I guess since Keanu, said the whole thing, I guess I'll just say it.
Let me say this. I am, ask fair and balanced. I am notorious for not being able to keep my fucking mouth shut. And
I am vindicated because I just sat here and went, did somebody tell me, did I fucking say that or did I just do a few whippet sneezes?
A few? You did 30.
Okay.
And I think people read between the lines and enough people were going, it was everybody.
I said nothing, though, about April. And then you blew up the spot. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am vindicated here.
I have taken responsibility for the fact that I think you put it between the lines. I just put a giant magnifying glass between the lines and went, look between the lines here. I didn't. Now that you mention it, I think my curse of knowledge got the better of me.
Right.
And
what a cool way to say I spilled the beans. What a cool way to say I snitched. Remember how this all started? I didn't tell. But whoever did tell, I'll tell you what, they're a hero. They should be thanked. And the minute he said that, I said, oh, he did it. He 100% told. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, he goes, yeah, but one of us was I just did it first. So then it was that. And then it was like he's involved in a case and he's a witness. And now we know that to be true because Nick Rekeita has audio of Aaron's testimony as part of discovery that I imagine he will be able to put on the internet at some point.
Because I was shocked that you were doing that. Like I was like, holy shit! I thought, and I was proud of
Turns out she wasn't doing it.
myself because for months now, since what, late summer, early fall, I'd been holding on to this information. I was so proud of myself that
Is he ever a loser? Dude, I've been remarkably good at keeping a secret.
I didn't blab like an asshole. And then you go out and you do the whippet sneeze again. Very subtle. I will, just very, tasteful.
30 whippet sneezes is not, well, Keanu's talking about the absolute details of, things that happen. So I don't, number one, what I've realized is you watch no more than 30 seconds of my show. And number two, when you do, and I do one, innocent whippet.
So the basic rule of thumb, if the whippet stuff is true, I don't know. Nick's lying on his ass about everything. April lies on her ass about everything. Who knows what April has going on, why she's gone radio silent after such a weird series of Twitter tirades.
You think that is, hey, Keanu's talking about this. This is her fault. She blew up her spot. You did it, not me.
I think that I have taken ample responsibility for the fact that I perhaps blew up the stuff between the lines. I think you have to admit that you put things between the lines with the sneezes. I blew up what you put out there.
Right.
You planted the seed in everybody's head. I watered it and allowed it to germinate.
Right, but then you blame me like I was uncomfortable that Keanu was talking about this because I thought it was.
What we're watching is two pieces of shit playing Ain't I a Stinker? No, you put it out. No, you put it out. No, you put it out. Isn't it cool that we're both better than them? And you aren't. You aren't.
Wasn't public knowledge. None of what you said. I saw like 6 clips of like nothing that I said at all, and then I was confused. I'm like,
look at him, fist in his mouth, literally.
God damn! Did I say all of that? No, you did. And yes, the curse of knowledge.
Yeah.
Sure.
Aaron, when you get a hint of something, you don't have to spill every detail about it immediately. You don't have to do that. That's not. Oh, did Keanu said whip it? Oh, well, then I guess you guys know now that April and Nick are doing whippets, and that's how they get around their drug tests. They can get high and they don't get positive tests. I've known this for months. Aren't I special? Ha 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 ha. He had to trip over himself to spill that information in seconds. Just like the day that he was on MLC and it came out when we broke the story here on NLO live 8 to 10 minutes before Chad on MLC. We got to watch it. We got to watch it unfold. So fun. Knowing what was about to happen. He had to go live later that night, and then he had to go do the rounds and keep telling news stories that no one would ever know.
Fine. And this is all alleged, but I just wanted you to know that, and we've come to an understanding that now I don't feel so insane.
I don't think you need to feel insane. I think that you let more than one person in on a conspiracy. And then when you let out half the conspiracy, the other person was like, oh, I guess we're talking about the thing. And then I let out the other half of the conspiracy. You gave away.
Basically, this is what Aaron's saying, and I'm not even kidding. This is exactly what this would be like. It'd be like when Citizen M originally called out April for being on drugs. Instead of losing his mind and banning Citizen M and say, stop it, that shit stops now. You could fuck up her life. Instead of that, he went, oh shit, I guess it's out. We're talking about this? All right, yeah. Well, April and myself were doing drugs and in a polycule, and then April starts going, what the fuck are you doing right now? And he goes, oh, I thought you had, how did Citizen M know? I thought, shit, did I? Fuck. It'd be exactly like that if that happened. He heard a word, whip it. She said, yeah, he made 30 whip it sneezes, talking about Rekeita. And then Aaron heard that she said that and paused it and ran and did a show going, oh my God, Kiki talked about all of April and Nick's whip it usage. She didn't. She made a joke. We didn't know April was on coke. We were just making jokes about her being on coke. Therefore, Kiki can do that too, even if she knows that April's doing whippets. She can still make jokes about April doing whippets and pretend she doesn't know and she's just making jokes. That's how that works. I mean, it's fucking insane.
Lee Harvey Oswald shot 1 and shot 2, and then I said
one guy has a problem with impulse control. One guy.
Oh, and by the way, there was a CIA guy on the grassy knoll, and he fired the 3rd shot, which was the kill shot. And you're like, Aaron, you weren't supposed to talk about the fucking kill shot. Like, oh shit! But I thought we were talking about the.
I get it, Aaron. Listen. I should know better by now, but I did a few whippet sneezes and talked about a tummy tattoo that, by the way, is absolutely hideous. I mean,
here's what I did. I watched a couple minutes.
Yeah,
it was not 30 seconds, but I watched a couple minutes of
I heard you say whip it, and then I went, oh shit, it's all coming out.
The clip, and then I made the mistake of reading the comments. And in the comments, they were going, April was doing that. I'm like, holy shit, we're really fucking Jesus Christ.
So it literally is like if Citizen M said, April's doing coke. And Aaron read the comments, a.k.a. the chat, and said, holy shit, we're really talking about this? Yeah, you guys are right. April's on coke. It's literally that. Imagine trusting this guy with one of your secrets. Fuck. The minute he thinks the secret's out, he'll rush to prove he knew about it all along, and he'll try to prove that by revealing further intimate details that you would only know if you knew about it. Again, fucking you over. I mean, this guy's such a piece of shit. Only an insecure narcissist like this would literally say that his ex-wife had a smelly pussy and not think that makes him look bad. It's like, I mean, does your dick reek? Because you're a sex guy, right?
Of course I snitched. Once the toe got the boot, as it were, it was time for the 3 of them to pay for ousting me.
So he can't stop snitching. He snitches and he snitches and he snitches and he snitches. Snitching is his thing. Snitching is his thing. Fucking people over, vengeance, revenge. It's why he's in trouble with the felony revenge porn charge with Gino and Kayla. It's why he keeps stepping in shit. It's exactly why this is happening right now. And again, Kiki's such a fucking pushover that she's just letting this go. I mean, any normal person would be like, fuck you. You did this, not me. I didn't do half of it. And then you said the other half. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. It's like that old thing where you like trick somebody into revealing information. You go to them and you're like, so-and-so told me that you did this. And you're like, okay, well, let me explain. And you're like, well, they didn't, but I just found out because you. The first answer should always be denial. I don't know what she's talking about. Whip it. That's crazy. You'll always be able to circle back and do the interview to prove you knew. I know that's really important to you, Aaron, to prove you knew all along.
And yes, they ran with that part. You never specifically said that part.
Thank you, Aaron.
So Aaron's basically admitting he's the one who outed April and Nick as drug abusers. Whippets.
Because I did think, I almost texted you about it, and I'm like, dude, did I fucking say that?
So he's back to gaslighting her. She's she's borderline believing it. And they're buddies again. Aren't fucking losers? Don't you wish you could be like this? Don't you wish you could just have all these transient loyalties in your life? That you didn't look for real friends who really had your back? I mean, this is so fucked. And they all love each other. They all gravitate. Part of it, again, is like the only reason Chad is working with KB and John by 3 and what's his name played and Ray and Tom Meyer. Like, these guys are all losers who normal people with functioning brains can't be around people like that for very long because it's not productive. They're too circular. They ask the same questions over and over again. They're not really able to like do stuff and multitask. They don't really have any skills. Chad doesn't know how to do anything of note. Chad's not good at one thing he does. Not podcasting, not graphics, not editing, none of it. He sucks. Not comedy, not writing, not performing. Like it's insane. He's not good at anything. There's no redeemable quality. With Aaron, that's not necessarily so. But the parts that were good, the parts that were functioning, the parts that did have some sort of, as he likes to say, intrinsic value, they're eroding quickly because the insecurity, the finger-sucking part of Aaron, if you will, is consuming him before our very eyes. This is a tough world. If Aaron were as balanced as he says, if he treated the internet, as someone in the chat earlier said, as this geographical place he speaks of it as, like, I get off the internet, I leave the internet, I try not to spend too much time on internet. If you really were out touching grass, swimming in the lake, enjoying your family, you love your dog, like if you had any of that going on, you wouldn't be as defective as you are. I have a feeling none of that's real. I have a feeling you're overcome by this shit. You're not cut out for it. It's like Marsha. You do have to kind of be dead inside a little bit for this stuff. You don't have the shell for this.
Because I really didn't think that I did, and then I thought it would be much better if I did it this way and called you out on it.
I want one thing though, because I'm feeling chastised like a school child. I want one thing. In grading on a curve of my ability to keep shit secret, I did remarkably well with this one.
Say the secret word.
What would you? All right.
So, even though he's the one who spilled all the beans, and even though he blamed it on Keanu, and even though that wasn't true, he's the one who told the secret. He wants a credit for a win because he did really good at keeping the secret. Huh? Okay, I spilled all the beans and didn't keep the secret. But didn't I do good keeping the secret? You literally have to be broken in the brain to think like this. He didn't keep the secret and wants you to admit he did a good job keeping the secret. He wants you to admit he did a good job keeping the secret, even though he's the one who didn't keep the secret. My brain fucking hurts. This ain't right.
I kind of feel like Littlefinger right now. Like I'm holding you right now, going, I did tell you not to trust me.
So I remember this, and I think Keanu was a shit co-host. But I remember this from when they used to do shows together. She doesn't get Game of Thrones references. She doesn't watch Game of Thrones. This happened before. And then he had to go like, you don't know the reference? And they did this whole thing. But they're not real friends, and he doesn't really give a fuck about her. So he doesn't have room in his memory card for that detail. I don't know why I do. I feel like Littlefinger, and then she just like is dead quiet. Like, I don't know what any of that means. Lady fingers, butterfingers. What is it? Fuck, man.
I feel like Littlefinger right now. This one. I'm feeling chastised.
And then I thought it would be much better if I did it this way and called you out on it.
I want one thing though, because I'm feeling chastised like a school child. I want one thing. In grading on a curve of my ability to keep shit secret, I did remarkably well with this one.
Okay. What would you? All right.
I kind of feel like Littlefinger right now. Like I'm holding you right now, going, I did tell you not to trust me.
Littlefinger's what Aaron has between his legs. Holy shit.
You did, but when I like insinuate something about, somebody that I dislike, I wasn't trying to blow up the spot of somebody that I care about and am worried about.
Very fair. Very fair. Yeah. You have, but the issue is that's where you and I were living on two different planets. I don't have the same affection for that person that you do. So I was not.
And that's what I was said not. To my audience. I said this is a man that is upset with this woman because he is, and it doesn't have the same kind of work.
Finger on the cheek, coping about April again in his feelings. You'll never believe it. You'll never believe it. Look at him. Look at that freeze. I'll say it again. You can do it. You can do it with me. I know you're liking this, Jim. Come on, everybody. Put your hands together. One more time, baby.
That I do about her or what have you. And, but I'm like, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I maybe talked about this for an hour. Like, I swear to you, I don't think.
Look at him. He's fucked.
I really mentioned her really once. So it's, but I get that you're a divorced man and you went through what you went through.
Key's trying to find a nice way to tell him that he's obsessed with April and Nick and can't let it go, and he's still hurt. He's still butthurt.
And I guess I understand it, which is why I'm not mad at you.
I do not
calling, but I am vindicated because it certainly wasn't.
He's got his stress pen just clicking away. Click, click, click. This is in case someone were to donate. You always want to have a pen.
What I did or said.
I will say this, and then we'll go. And thank you very much for bringing this up. I will say this. This is called growth because you're bringing up your concerns to me in a much healthier way than, say, I'm going to pick a random thing here, trying to have me thrown in prison.
Again, he's acting like Gino and Kiki are the ones that reported him for sharing the nudes of April Rekeita without her permission or consent. He still doesn't understand there's a victim here and that the victim is Kayla Rekeita. No matter how you feel about her, he keeps thinking Gino and Kiki did this to me. He's never said, I'm sorry. He's never said I shouldn't have done that. He says he doesn't even remember doing it. There's no remorse. There's no taking accountant, being accounting for, what's the word I'm saying? Jesus Christ. I'm really high. And I'm not going to stop. If it's a night show, I'm going to be high. Call your dad about it, you fucking pussy.
And I appreciate that. And that's very...
I'm trying to have you thrown in prison? What does that mean?
It's a joke.
It's a joke. I'm bitter. It's a joke. That's part of my butthurt disease. I'm a bitch.
No.
Accountability. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Nobody's going to want me if I can't think. Just because your wife's retarded doesn't mean you have to match.
Okay.
You're coming...
Fake laugh.
You're coming to me with your concern professionally, and you're coming to it from a place of understanding. And certainly I feel like I've responded.
The hand thing is wild. Go back and watch him a year ago, and then there's none of this wild gestation.
With empathy and understanding. And I think that makes for a very healthy mode of communication between two people, and really boring drama for a podcast.
Absolutely boring.
Yes.
But I will not be. I didn't want to. I feel like Judy Garland. It all became too much, and for my life. If I didn't, rectify the situation and understand that I really didn't say anything about my friend. All I did was 30 or
finger on the cheek,
45.
Yeah, right.
So sneezes about Nick Rekeita.
The problem you had that led to the problem I had is that you cracked the door a little bit and let people look through the crack in the door, and then I came up behind.
No. She made a joke. She made a joke that anyone could have made with any knowledge. And because you had knowledge, you couldn't keep your mouth shut. And the narcissistic, braggy part of your brain made you go, well, I'm going to break the news here on my show. I'm not going to let somebody else get credit for this.
Behind you and went, oh, Keanu, if you want them to look inside the door, here, let's kick the fucker open. You're like, no, we're not trying to kick the...
I'm sorry, were those jorts? It's winter in Minnesota. Were those jorts?
Hello!
We're going to need to zoom. Me. Oh boy. Jorts confirmed. Hit the like button for winter jorts. Somebody said there's a polar vortex in the Midwest, not just winter. And he's in the basement. Jorts confirmed.
Open. You're like, no, we're not trying to kick the... Oh, shit, he kicked the fucker open.
Right.
So
exactly.
I misread.
Yeah. Damn good eye. You're goddamn right. And this is me high. I'd hate to see me sober.
Misread the sign. See, you were Maximus. You said on my signal, unleash hell. And then when I unleashed hell, you went, that was not the signal.
Everything's a movie reference with this guy. I'm like Maximus in 300. I guarantee she hasn't seen 300 either. Jesus Christ. This is a woman who put her butthole on the internet for $19. She's not playing baseball with you. He wants so badly for someone to be his Opie. God, if I could just find someone who appreciated all my brilliant 2007 references. Why can't I be good?
Well, anytime that you say something on your show that I know more information about, I'm going to be like, all right, he kicked the door open. I guess I'm wide open to say this. And
we have not, but hey, we have not said it all.
What? No.
I mean, that's nice.
Exactly.
We're yeah. But, and yeah. Also, do you know that you've put out there now? I know you didn't say this, but I know you've seen the rumors now that people have went, Keanu is saying that Nick's parents paid off April to keep her quiet.
Stop breaking what you did, asshole!
Oh, yeah.
But I don't have any evidence that happened. Neither do you.
Oh, we watched the whole Keanu, the Keanu Casino clip with the morbidly obese man that is just rude, and then the raspy voice.
Oh, are they rude? Are they rude? Remember when you and Chrissy Mayer ate out of a trough live on the air while you talked about how one of your admins shouldn't be able to ask for a girl's number without talking to you first? You've got your head up your ass, and you got your head up your ass. That's really a thing that happened. Keanu and her stupid friend Chrissy Mayer were like, did you know our creepy mod asked for a girl's number in the chat? You got to come to us about that, dude. I do. I'll ask for every girl's number in my chat. I'll ask for every girl's number. Matter of fact, I have many of them. Tiff. Pretty antisocial, at least Haley. Who are some other girls that I know? Who are some other girls? KB, I think I've texted before. When we met up for breakfast before she was a fucking cunt. So ladies, send your number, send a photo. If you want to text, you got make it a good one. And let's get chatting. What's up with you? How you do?
Yes, we watched all of it, and I said I don't know how to explain this.
Oh yes, Jill Carlson.
To my audience, other than I think maybe Aaron at least.
I gotta delete her. I don't know if there's enough room on my phone for any new numbers.
Watch this, and then we watched.
'Cause she's fucking fat.
Oh no.
You and I said
I did watch the Keanu Casino.
Right, and I said, do you see what happened? I did 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 whip it sneezes about Nick Rekeita.
I think you're overplaying what I did, and I think you're really underplaying the whippet sneezes, in fairness.
Repetition is funny, Aaron.
I know. Yes, repetition is very funny. It also can be very revealing.
I was not talking about my friend April. I was talking merely about allegedly somebody that I think makes my friend April cry.
Licking them lips, checking them twice.
And it's not you.
Gulping them big swallows of spit.
No, my days of
not enough hair to have lice.
Making April cry are long gone.
Steel Toe Show is not registered as a licensed business anymore.
All right. Well,
Here's the difference. I don't you did say one thing. I don't dislike April. I just am. The difference you and I have is
You've said you hate her. What's going on? What's on the circle? What's on the boot? Fuck. What's on the boot? This is a fire-breathing dragon. So now, the more he integrates stuff from his kids into the show, the less you're allowed to attack it, because it's like, you're gonna make fun of that? My kids did that.
I will say, hey,
I'm still gonna make fun of it. I'm still gonna make fun of it, nerd.